So what's up, guys? It's Ninja on a Ninja, and basically today I have a video calling you out. It's kind of popular. Well, the person I'm talking about is popular. You'll recognize him. Okay, so it's calling you out, Veritasium. The future of Veritasium by Veritasium. Am I retiring? Um, so basically, I watched the video, and I just want to point this out. You were a beta. You were a beta forever. Um, and you experienced what America was supposed to be, while many of us don't are not given the opportunity or the chance. And what I mean is, you as started as a one person and were able to develop into a larger. Towards the end, you eventually become a sellout. You become no me oh hold on. You become one of the big guys like at Disney and blah blah blah. You are now one of them. You went from nothing. This is an American success story. It can happen, right? But it just can happen for everyone. And no, it happened for you. Actually, I've had in previous history, what's his name? Little Richard, the comedian Little Richard. The reason why he was able to get so big is because he was flamboyant, kind of gayish, and so he was black, but he didn't question the narrative or push the narrative, much like you as a beta, right? You didn't push the narrative, and now you're to the point where you're undeniable, and now you have some. So, anyways, I'll get into it hopefully in the as we go through the video. But my point is, you sold out basically as a beta, and then you sold out to the man, to the system. And fortunately, it was a good one, but you became one of them. Is my point. And basically, that's what this video is. The you said in the video you've I'll talk about. Mm, I think that's the overarching idea is just you sold out to the man and you are an American success story. It can happen, but it's just you of all people shouldn't have been the main guy. You were a beta, you were an editor, you made it, and there's other alphas in the world that don't make it because the system is like me, for example. I was called arrogant, I was called egotistical, I was called like anything negative, right? And that's why my channel never grew. But if I was a little flamboyant, a little Richard, or a little kind of beta editor kind of person, I wouldn't notice. And you kind of grew on the side. And by the time they noticed you, they couldn't do anything about you. But everyone else, they can. Me, myself, I'm a perfect example. This example will sum up really well for you to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Bernie Sanders, he can't fill, or he can fill a, he can, as in he has the potential to fill a stadium. 20,000 people will show up and then some. 40,000 people easy. 100,000 people will show up to see Bernie Sanders. But in the chat room, 1,000, 2,000 people because the algorithm is so rigged because they own the system. That's what this is. That's what you are as a beta, as a cuck, like a little Richard, as a beta, as a cuck. You were able to make it. But other alphas can't make it. The reason why is because they're intimidated and afraid to let you win. And that's happened to me. I had so much resistance growing up. My best friends called me arrogant and egotistical because I was good at a game. And instead of saying, hey, there's potential in you, they're like, oh, fuck him. Don't worry about him. He's just arrogant and he's stupid. He's egotistical. But there's one dude that's like, hey, there's potential. And the problem with him was he was only interested in making money off of me. You know what I'm saying? So that was the problem I had growing up. Is just either I got bullshit from my friends, or they tried to use me. Like, oh, I get finders money, or I brought you to this tournament, so I get a piece of the pie. Basically, but it's me, and I'm fighting. Like it's like fighting chickens. That's what America is. Basically, it's like they try to find a chicken, and like that's Hollywood in a nutshell. That's how it works. That's you are explaining that game. I think really well. So I think that's what your whole story is. Also, everything about you is you explain how other people cannot make it because everyone that has stuff they don't want to lose what they have. So they pull up ladders and they take like that's Trump's doing. That's what everybody's doing is they're making it harder and harder to thrive, to survive. But you showed, hey, this is how America was supposed to be. We should have flying cars right now. Um, Elon Musk had his name dragged through the mud because of bullshit. Like that's what it comes down to. At the very end of the day, like, yeah, it's about you. Am I retiring for a task? Blah, blah, blah. But there's so much more to this. There could be so much more. I didn't make it. You did. Why? I'm way better than you are. Everything you do, I'm way better at. Why did you make it? Oh, it's because you are more likely to suck a dick than I am. That's literally it. That's literally the reason why. Because people were like more scared of me than they were of you. So you slid like in nature. There, I forget what it was. I think it's a squid. In nature, there is a squid, and what happens is while males are fighting, there is certain males and they hide their penis, and then they'll slide in with the females because it's pretending to be a female by hiding its penis from the males that are out there fighting each other for the females. Well, that one slithers in, sneaks by, and goes and mates with the females while the males are fighting. That's what America is. That is what America is. I think I have that written down on. I have this document, right? It's called shit. Downfall of America. I think if I go to the very bottom of this document, Downfall of America. In nature, there is a squid that will hide its penis to trick other males that are fighting for dominance into not looking at it or noticing it, or in society, removed from the game in some way. And while that is happening, the fakers, penile hiders, run in to mate with the females. That's basically, and I wrote that down because that's how I believe that the world works. And this is a perfect example. You made it because you hid your penis. That's what's going on. And so, yeah, I think that summed up America pretty well. Little Richard, he made it because he hid his penis, right? That and I've watched the videos. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Here it is. Boom. Right? Because I was actually watching. It wasn't this one in particular, but the point is, I was watching it, and it came up. That was Little Richard, who you see. That was Little Richard, and he was talking, and basically, he wore makeup and dressed up and was flamboyant to basically act like a female, and all of the males were like, "Don't worry about him. It's just Little Richard. Let him by, let him by." Whereas everybody who knew was like, "Watch him like a fucking fox, dude. Don't let him near your daughters. Do not let him near your daughters." Because that's what happened, right? I remember in the hood, there was kids like that. They would act like they were gay, but behind closed doors, they all of a sudden they're tough and they would straighten up. Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing? Hey, what's up? But when everyone was around, and they run around, that's what it is, right? So, anyways, you can end the video now, but I'm gonna fucking tear. I'm gonna go through this shit. So, he's a beta that made it, and that's my point. And that's America in a nutshell. Like, damn. But anyways, so he sold out. At the very end of the day, that's what it comes down to. His journey, he created a channel back in the day when you could make a channel. And because he was a beta cuck, he never struck anybody. And everyone let him buy, much like Little Richard, much like anybody in, who was it? There's another person. Little Richard, Liberace, right? Flamboyant, fuck rings and glitter and hell pretty and everything. And the reason why is because you're not intimidated by the glam, the glamour, right? You're not intimidated by it. But with me, like fuck you, and that's how the world works. That's what it is. And we can't get by if that's how America works. Like you made it, but for what? What? Okay, to put. The problem is most of your videos I shut down. I shoot down. You promote bullshit. That's okay. So we'll call you out. We'll finish this. So that was my point. So anyways.
The answer, if you like, I was 50 hours per week. I spent money to be mothers. In my potassium is learning.
So he was a beta. He did all the editing. Everything he did, the music, about everything he did. Most people like myself are like, I gotta hire somebody because I want to go out there and interview more people to give to him to edit and I can upload, and that would be a good business, right? Me go out, I upload, I give it to my best friend, they edit it, we take that video, we put it online, we get paid, we get money, boom, boom, and just rinse and repeat, right? Because some people love that life.
About science, teaching. I did not get into this. Start a business.
So he was into teaching and he was into science and he does talk about a lot of that stuff, but he talks about it in a way that's bad and is detrimental to the world. Okay. So
business, I molecular mention it in kit, and I've subscribe a growth hack. Get more really passionate about is the truth. And does the book go forwards?
Yeah, it's again.
Negative book, Baby and
okay, so you find the truth and you tell the story, that's fine. And this book came out.
Childcare, choke. 52 friends were actually up.
And I remember the book came this, but this is what I do to you. You and most of the world, most of society does
it has real negative consequences. To give an example, in 1958, Dr. Benjamin Spock published in his book Baby and Childcare that babies should be put down to sleep on their fronts rather than their backs to prevent them from choking on their own vomit. And this book outsold every other book except the Bible for its...
The Bible, again, shows you that they're taking advantage of, like, you act on impulse, and they make sure the Bible is there so that your impulse is on the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And this is why the rich have their own farms and shit. It's because no one fucks with them. But in a city environment, you fuck with everyone else and everyone's trying to fuck with you. And that's what they did back in the day. The Bible, everyone is gang violence. Everyone in that area is now affiliated with gang information. Everyone wants to be a gang. And now, guess what? There's a gang that's into blue and you're into red. To fight each other, kill each other. Division. That's all it's there for.
52-year print run.
Because now gangs are gone. No mention of gangs at all.
So it was pretty influential. But when empirical studies showed that babies sleeping on their fronts were actually more likely to die from sudden infant death syndrome, well, the book was not promptly updated. It was...
Most of the girls, like this book, most of the girls in society, they're sluts. And little girls are sluts, and your daughters are sluts. And females under 20 are fucking sluts. They're whores. The reason why is because every single girl that has made it anywhere is a fucking slut, and you don't hear about any classy girls that held on or reserved herself because the guys don't want that. They want easy sluts, and they want to just fuck you and just leave you for dead because they already found their wife. They're just looking for easy poo. Pussy, basically. Poo, but
was printed with the same bad advice for decades.
Right, but that's what happens. People open their mouth and they say something, even if it's wrong, like this book, their message is out there. That's why I make my channel, and that's why I make videos, is I call people out. I say, you're wrong, stop it. Just like this book, you're wrong, stop it. This shouldn't be published, but it's being published. Why? Well, the same reason why your slut shit is being published.
Leading to an estimated 50,000 when there is to be. How do we know what the level of critical thinking in the world? That is the fundamental mission of Veritasium.
But it isn't. Your goal is to close minds, not open them. Basically, every video you have is about something. It's not about a horizon or a view. It's always about a thing. It's always closed-minded. It's always simple. It's easy to follow. And that's why they like you, to captivate you. Instead of having a free and open imagination, you restrict and you close minds. And that's why they love you. And that's why people allow you to exist. And that's why the algorithm benefits you. And again, they can't make you smaller because you're already too big. You're too big to stop. But other channels like my own, right, I will never prosper in that world because it's all bots. And it's like, you won't bring us money. Next. You won't bring us money. Next. Oh, you're a slut. Approved. You're a slut. Approved. That's basically what we have. Oh, you're talking about cars. Approved. Because it's simple and it's stupid and it's closed-minded and it won't. Like, I lead people to think and actually wonder about government, about politics, about the world, about freedom, about life, and all that shit. And I'm opening your mind to all of that. Whereas you're like, check out this bag.
Now, so far, this is basically just.
Yeah. You're like, check out this thing. Check it.
Because
I want. One second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm apparently being too loud, but yeah.
Want to increase the level of critical thinking in the.
So that's what it was. You don't show people more thinking. You close minds. You don't open them.
The world. That.
And again, that's what the algorithm wants. Is they like the fact that you close minds and not open them, and the fact that you think you're opening minds when you're not. Kind of
is the fundamental. I quit, and this has been my main gig ever since.
As a beta, so this is the point that I want to get to. You live through your channel. If your channel didn't exist, you wouldn't exist. And again, this is kind of what they want. They have your channel to use. They're using you and your channel. They can't use me. That's why they don't employ me. That's why I'm not in the numbers. I'm not in the algorithm, and I don't get attention because I'm an alpha. They can't use me. I mean, they should put me out there for the world to see because I close many doors, or many of these idiots. And I open you to the world, and I show you the world, right? Things that you want and things that are good for you to know. And they don't like that. They want you to be closed-minded, to be thinking about science stuff. And he thinks he's
I can't believe all the things I've gotten to challenge with a lot in that month. And then there's the comment section and the fact that your sense of self-worth is basically tied to how well your videos are received. But
no, that's for you as a beta. Me as an alpha, I don't care how my channel does because it has nothing to do with me. It's like my car. Like this channel for you is much like that Mustang for that jock. or that fucking tight ass motorcycle for that fucking racing nerd, or the football game for that quarterback. That's what your channel is. It's you're living through your channel. That's your ego. Because you as a person suck, but your channel is fucking huge. So you live through your channel. That's why you're married and have kids. Because you have money, because you have wealth, because you have power, because you have influence. But again, it's through your channel, not through you.
By far, the biggest source of uncertainty is just not knowing when this is all going to end.
Because you're a beta. As an alpha, I know when it's going to end. I either die or I keep going. Because I'm an alpha.
Like going out of like Stung YouTube who have been doing. In 2018, I had a call with my contact at YouTube who told me I needed to, quote, stay relevant.
Right, don't burn out. Don't be stupid. Don't get in the bed. That's the problem. That's the area is you yesterday's news. Like, this isn't a big thing. It's no shit. That's why everyone wants to be first. I gotta be number. This is why virginity matters, because it's to be first. It's to be your first experience. Your first experience. It's all about virginity, essentially. Right, when it comes down to it, that's what it is. Old news, who cares? That's what happens when you with the girl that's been with 1,000 guys. She said, "Oh, look, it's another dick. Who cares?" Right? But she's a virgin. She's like, "Oh my fucking god, it's a dick." That's the difference.
Yeah, that stung a bit. Now, I'm not going to name names, but I have seen friends and other creators who have stopped making stuff for a whole bunch of reasons. Like, maybe they've gotten injured or gotten really sick. I know of other YouTubers who've been canceled or demonetized. I mean, there's just a million ways for things to go wrong and only really one way for them to continue to go right.
So here, I had a point, and basically my point was that's how logical works. Great minds think alike for a reason. There is many ways to fuck up, but there's only one way to be right. Like 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. No matter what, it's 4. Understand? That's the point. Everything comes down to it. There's only one way to be right. Or there's only one answer. There's only one solution. There's only one outcome, right? And so that's your problem. And that's why I'm telling you what you do is 4. You're pointing 4. Whereas me, I'm like, well, you can put 2, or you can put 1, or you can put 3 even, or hell, you can even put 0. Hey, you know what, better yet, maybe you could just put all 4 of it right there, so it's 4 plus 0. The point is that I'm opening doors. I'm making their mind open so that I can see, oh, look, that adds up to only 3. They're trying to rip you off. Because you have the whole thing in your mind instead of just the outcome, which you're all about.
I think the people of your business was by limiting book travel to filming locations, even the crappy time going into this when I take care of my family. Ridiculous. But
that the family, that's more ego.
The channel continued to grow. It grew to a size where it was ridiculous that I was still doing everything myself. I was working all the time. I am perhaps the slowest editor you will ever meet, so I should have hired an editor, but hiring
Right, that's because you're a beta. And as an alpha, as a manager, as a CEO, this is easy. But as a beta, as someone who just handles the papers and the books, you can't do it. That's my point. You're a beta cuck. That's why your hair is so thin, right? It's because you're a beta. Unfortunately, that's just you. That's just your life. That's what it is. And you can say however you want or whatever you want. There's a reason why Goku's hair is so wild and free. It's because he's an alpha. He's alpha as fuck. His hair's crazy, right? It's because of the testosterone, because of the adrenaline, because of all that shit. You are just sitting like that, editing away, that computer stuff. That's what you do all day, every day, right?
Takes time. Well, Zero, I did found me. He recognized me in a Chipotle. He is ridiculous videos, and you're my old PhD supervisor.
Unfortunately, I didn't meet him. I should have. If I met him, his world would have he would have never sold out. But
about you through for like
as soon as we sought out on
we can. and how soon? And you were like, as soon as you physically can.
The main
someone to help with that.
See, these are all like, look at, there's no jaw, right? Like, he's a negative jaw. That's a normal person. This is what America should have been, or should have been. But the problem is Hollywood. You have to fit a certain narrative in order for the news to grow, in order for anything to ever exist. They have to look a certain way. Unfortunately, like the casting couch, like, it's unfortunately had a really detrimental effect to society. And you having this moment that you're going through is just, it's America works. But the problem is how you made it work, what you had to do to make it work. You're beta as fuck, right? So you snuck by. But this is just proof of my point, how America's rigged, and how nothing is allowed to anything. Everything is squashed down, and nothing can ever grow. Like, the game's rigged. Like, you're living proof that the game is rigged. The only reason why you made it is because you're sneaky and you snuck your way through. That's it. So.
Animations. Yes. Ivy sent me an email saying, I've seen your animations and I think I can do better.
It wasn't so straightforward.
I was like slightly offended reading the email, but I was also like, well, if you think you can do better, let's see it.
Like, these aren't people that you're gonna see every day in Hollywood. Like, what the hell? Like, look at her. She doesn't look the part, but she's there. The reason why she's there is because she does. She hits the part. She actually, and this is what it's all about. This is why racism doesn't exist. This is why that whole fucking bullshit. It's all about Hollywood. It's all about control. It's all about division. It's all about control and power and shit.
Like, slightly offended reading the email.
You were like, we can't do that right now, but would you like to research, write, and produce a video as a freelancer?
Oh.
And I was like, that's crazy.
In short,
Would you like to research?
So him is like, I'll hire you, but I'm gonna pay you off. What's it called? Businesses do this all the time. Like, I'll pay you for your work, but I'm not gonna pay you for the work you do. I'm not gonna pay you for your time. I forgot what it was. There's hourly wage, and then there's the other thing. I forgot what it's called.
Right.
and this talented little delegate tasks to was working to train them up. You know, what actually happened was.
So this is what a manager or an alpha does, and he's complaining about it because he's a beta, having to do what a manager or an alpha does. I did this. I know. I was there. I've done it. I've been a manager at a business. You know what I'm saying?
Was the opposite. I was working more than ever before because I had to prepare things for them to do, and I had to train them up.
Yep.
You know, I was still editing about half of the videos, and for the other half, I would often drive across Los Angeles, still editing about half
Are you getting rid of the crust?
of the videos, and for the other half,
You're getting rid of the crust.
I would often
What the fuck you do?
drive across Los Angeles in the middle of the night to pick up a hard drive from my editor, because this is the fastest method of data transfer that we worked out, and then I would drive back home, upload the file, and launch the video by.
And he's talking about it like it deserves to be talked about, but it's like, duh, like, no shit, this is what you do.
By 6 a.m. I pulled more all-nighters that year than any other year of my
You poor baby.
life, including university. There
Welcome to being a CEO.
were many nights where instead of tucking my kids into bed, I was downstairs in the office making videos for this channel.
That's what a CEO does, or is supposed to do. You have your fucking elbow in everywhere, in every department, in every sense of the business. You're there. That's what the CEO does.
So that is when my fiance told me something that I already knew, which was that this was not sustainable.
It is as an alpha, but as a beta, it isn't. Because you're looking to the business for success instead of being the success. You don't know when it's going to end because it's a business that you're looking at. But if you are the success, you know where your end is. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like, I know that I'm going to do everything that I'm going to do today until I go to bed. But you yourself, you don't know that. You don't know when I'm going to bed. You just know that I'm going to go to bed at some point, but you don't know when. I know when. See the difference?
Yes, she was still my fiance because even though we got engaged, you got a company called Electrify achieved.
And we just want to keep that going and do more and even more of that great stuff.
So the deal they offered me.
Want to keep that going. Passing for what it had.
So this right here is when he sold out. Co-founder of Electrify. And whatever they're doing, but they want whatever. This is the problem with the monopolies and whatnot, and so this is another debate on top of everything else. But this is you selling out. You got tired of being boss daddy, so you paid someone else to be boss daddy. That's what it is, basically. And so that's what happened. These people stepped in as boss daddy. You still have the keys, but they're like, hey dad, I need to go to the store. And you're like, okay, here you go. And you give them the keys, and they go, and they come back, and they give you the keys. And that's kind of how it works, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then when you take that and you step back all the way, and you realize that's how America works, where it's like, you either give us the keys to your car, or you're not allowed to exist. That's kind of how the game's rigged. Like, you can't drive my motorcycle. Fuck you, it's my motorcycle. You're not driving my motorcycle. Well, then you're not going to have a business here. You need to give me your motorcycle keys and let me drive your motorcycle. You need to sell out. And then, like, that's the whole fucking signing a record label. Man, dude, the game is rigged, ladies and gentlemen. The game is rigged.
Been doing for, I guess, 13 years at that point.
The working hours. So it was kind of the perfect offer at the perfect time.
Yeah.
I never wanted working hours. So
from no chin to super chin, right? Actually, yeah, you have no chin, and he has hell of a chin. Like, I was looking at it. That's your neck. That's your neck. That's his chin. That's your neck. There's your chin right there. Boop. It looks like a neck or a chin, but that's your neck. That's your... Oh, shit. There's your chin. There's your chin. It's hard to tell. I can't tell. Anyways, the point is that's mostly hair anyways. So the point is you have a smaller chin than he does. He will run it for you. That's fine, and that's what you want. And eventually that's what all of us want, eventually. But again, like, you want to be alpha daddy in charge of all of that stuff. And you hand off the little stuff. Right, but the thing is, you're being overwhelmed. There's a difference, and I could split it apart. And if you want me to do that, I'll do that, but not here, not right now.
It was kind of the perfect offer at the perfect time. Especially at a time when usually important and owned and run.
I'm pretty sure the rest of this is just he's talking about how he grew and how he developed.
4 months. Deals has reviews of that by third illustrators responsible for Least Action series and Black Hole Edition. Sully explored the construction of the Citicorp on I could have world reboarding editor who can properly is a big one.
But yeah, overall, the point of all of this is the game is rigged. Oh shit. Damn it. Overall, the game is rigged. You can't exist. You can't drive the car. You can't be the alpha McDaddy. You have to pass the keys to them. They have to be the ones. You have to be a beta. You have to be someone in the weeds. They called the shots, right? They don't allow you. You're developing, and this is where monopolies happen. They buy you, and then you become part of the machine. They buy you, you become part of the machine. But you will never rise above, because before America, it used to be just a bunch of places making it. But nowadays, it's just a Walmart in one area, and that's every place. You might be a Walmart, but that's Walmart as a part of Walmart. You know what I'm saying? You should be something else Mart, but you're Walmart, and that's kind of what's going on here with the Veritasium. He sold out. He sold out, and he only exists again because of what I said before about Little Richard and playing a beta and hiding a penis. And anyways, that's it. Be well, be happy, safe. Any questions? Let me know. Don't be afraid to ask. I encourage learning. I encourage people to step forward and ask. And there's nothing wrong with the loss. There's nothing wrong with learning. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. But I'd never encounter anyone trying to learn. The most traffic I get is haters or people that are just trying to squash me down. Or I never get honest people. Like the algorithm for me is bullshit. And this is what I'm telling you. Like if I had Veritasium algorithm, I'd be fucking making it hella big by now. But because they rigged the system and they called the shots, and because I won't hand the keys over. Anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. Take care, be loved. I'm Mexican, so if I was white, I would make it in a heartbeat. But so, game's rigged. Peace. Don't let the door hit you, or let it split you. And peace.